Tay-K's final court verdict recently left him in tears, and the internet can't stop talking about it. Some fans are confused, others are mad, and a lot of people are just now realizing how deep this whole situation really goes. And honestly, we have to talk about it.
All right, if the defendant could please stand. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, not guilty of the offense of capital murder.
So, after years of legal back and forth, a jury in Texas has finally reached a verdict for the second case of murder Tay-K was charged with, and he was found not guilty of capital murder, which would have meant life without parole or potentially the death penalty. But they still found him guilty of murder. Now, for most people, Tay-K has literally been behind bars since high school. But for those who don't know, Tay-K was first arrested all the way back in 2017. And honestly, his whole story feels like something straight out of a crime documentary. And just for context, it started with a 2016 home invasion in Mansfield, Texas. At the time, Tay-K was only 16, and according to prosecutors, he and a group of friends planned to rob a 21-year-old drug dealer named Ethan Walker. But during the robbery, things went left. Ethan ended up shot, and Tay-K was later arrested and charged with capital murder. Now, because of his age, some people thought he'd be tried as a juvenile, but that didn't happen. Tay-K was certified as an adult and eventually sentenced to 55 years in prison for his role in that crime, and that should have been the end of it. But no, it didn't, and this is where the whole story takes a turn. So while Tay-k was on house arrest waiting for trial, Tay-K did something wild. He cut off his ankle monitor and ran away. Yeah, you heard that right, and y'all, if that wasn't wild enough, this man recorded a whole song called The Race while he was still on the run from the cops, like Make It Make Sense. Anyway, that track blew up, went viral, hit the Billboard charts, and basically turned Tay-K into a household name overnight. He was literally rapping about fleeing the law while fleeing the law, and people ate it up. But here's the part that's not talked about enough. While Tay-k was on the run, he and some of his friends got involved in another incident, this time in San Antonio. There, they allegedly lured a 23-year-old photographer named Mark Saldivar under the pretense of taking pictures for them. But instead of a photo shoot, things turned into a robbery. And during that robbery, the photographer was shot and killed. Now, did Tay-K pull the trigger? Number. But that didn't matter much in the eyes of the law, because in Texas, if you're involved in a crime and someone dies, whether you're the shooter or not, you can still be charged with murder or even capital murder. And that's exactly what happened. And now, he's only been found him guilty of murder.
So it says, we, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, not guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, guilty of the lesser included offense of murder.
And that right there is what had Tay-K crying in court, because even though he avoided the harshest possible sentence, he's still looking at decades more behind bars. This new sentence will be added on top of the 55 years he's already serving. Basically, unless something crazy happens, Tay-K is going to spend most of, if not all of, his life in prison. Now let's talk about the internet reaction, because it's been all over the place. Some people are actually relieved Tay-K didn't get the death penalty or life without parole. But others, they're saying it really doesn't make a difference, because whether it's life or 75 years, he's still cooked, just on slow boil now. And honestly, those aren't even my words. That's straight from the comment section. I'm just the messenger. But I want to hear from y'all. Do you think this verdict was actually a win for Tay-K, or does it really make no difference in the long run? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that follow button so you never miss out on more messy celebrity drama like this.